Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Prey. This time we're at the Arboretum, which is, as you can probably guess, plants in space, trees in space, and there are some interesting things to see in this secondary lobby. And joining me, as always, is Cool Guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never heard it pronounced Arboretum before.
Yeah, I was calling it Arboretum like last time, and then it was like I looked at it and it's like, wait, there's no like I or E there. It's like, what does that mean then? Have I been
It
saying
means
it wrong?
English is a Frankenstein language where a lot of the
Uh,
pronunciation rules are arbitrary.
See, because I thought I was doing it wrong the last episode. Now I'm doing it wrong this episode. So we're
I,
going to be in Arbor Town. That's what I'm calling it now. The Arbor
sure,
Town. We're in the Arbor Town. Let's get stuck straight in.
Arbortown. Man, that sounds like the worst like Alabama Hickville ever. I really can't get over that the mimic matter is a coffee cup.
Off the Arboretum. Your brother's office is up here as well.
January's calling it the Arboretum.
Palace at the
Yeah.
top of the heavens. He used to say that behind his back. But that would make you what? Do you know? No. That's an unpleasant thought.
January, what is with you today?
She's getting philosophical. Quick, get rid of her.
That is. Why is that in her programming?
Officer Ja.
What's even better is that she can't choose that that's unpleasant.
How can I help you?
I need you
Based
to
on what she said
report to
earlier.
Deep Storage and get Chief Show to reactivate the tracker on Grant Lockwood. HR deactivated it as part of the termination, but we don't have a record of him on the departing shuttle. I want to know where he is and escort him where he needs to go.
Yeah, so that's another little thing we'll be doing when we go to deep storage. Is we'll be reactivating our mysterious person's tracking bracelet to see if they actually are still here or not.
That guy clearly never managed to get it done.
I'm just letting everybody know we don't have too many neuromods this episode because we have injected so many. But don't worry, that'll change. We'll be back to mainlining them in ridiculous amounts next time.
Back calibration, stamina,
Yeah.
toughness.
Let's get some more health.
Natural lifespan increased by 25 years. That's a nice little bit of flavor. I like that. Incidentally, that also cemented it as like the first neuromod I'm ever
Are
installing.
you alright? That Typhon, there's nothing in the research. Stay away from it.
That
was a
not-
thing.
Yeah, that is not going to be followed January. I think you know that.
Yeah. So what did you make of that thing?
It looked huge. I mean, honestly, like my first thought was the like king chrysalids from the original like Long War mod for XCOM. It was just like, oh, that thing is the size of a mountain. I'm sure that's going to be easy to take down.
Fly through the guts again.
Well, that was the first of the two friends I talked about at the end of the last episode.
Yikes!
The second one somehow manages to be far more menacing, and yeah, that's Alex's place up there. You can sort of just see the balcony and everything. We won't be going up to it today, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't go up there. In fact, you absolutely can get up there. It's ridiculously easy because we have all the right tools to do it, even without powers. But we just won't be because we'll get there later.
You get there eventually. Any monument to hubris like that, I'm sure there's a fantastic reason to get up there. But you might not want to get up there right now. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, it's interesting. We sit at the top of the lobby, looking down on everybody as they come and go. Alex watches as everybody relaxes and goes about their daily lives. You're fooling nobody, buddy.
Seriously. Just sat there wobbling back and forth as you stared at it. Nice try, Mimic. Nice try.
So this is sort of part of this little area. There's a cute little side quest you can activate, and we'll be activating it, or we have activated it. We got some plants we can grow here, and we can we've just got to find the guy who's responsible for looking after this stuff, and we can grow
When the
ourselves some
hell
super
did this
tomatoes.
become Harvest Moon?
We can grow ourselves some super tomatoes. It's fantastic.
Baseball glove. Okay. Harvest Moon. No, that's actually Fallout 4 because you're growing super tomatoes and potatoes and harvesting baseball gloves.
Oh, so this is a greenhouse. This is where they produce all this fresh food we've been seeing. Oh, and hey, Rodney.
Hey, this dude is actually alive.
Yeah.
Please! There's something after me!
Oh, goodness.
So we've mentioned them before. This is our first actual look at a telepath,
Oh dear.
and it's a doozy.
No
You see,
joke.
He's not the only alive person in there, and I do a jump cut because this takes me a few goes to, get right. Because I'm trying to make sure nobody dies in there, and the reason I'm trying to, the reason why I say that's a problem is that the telepath does something funny to human beings. There are 3 human beings inside of there. Also, another fun fact about the glue gun is that it can't actually stick to glass. So, and all these panels here are glass panels. So we're trying.
I was wondering why you were making this so difficult on yourself.
Nope, the game was making it difficult, and there's a very good reason for it, because otherwise it just becomes a lot easier to get up and poke around. As you can see, we've got Ronnie
Oh, for
there.
goodness sakes.
Yeah, so we've got some mind-controlled humans. The important thing to know about mind-controlled humans is that when they see you, they run forwards towards you, and they unleash a blast of psychic energy at the direction of the telepath, and that kills them.
Okay.
Effectively making them suicide bombers that you really don't want to kill.
Yeah.
So we're trying to rescue these people. Like, this is what everyone decided. Yes. We've learned a few Typhon powers relating to, or at least gained access to, ones that will allow us to take control of living stuff. We already sort of had the ability to do that to machines and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also Mindjack is it's
Also
to stop
frees humans.
things from just attacking you, and it can actually be used to stop stop these human beings from trying to kill us as well. You can also stun them. I'm just going to try and do this the old-fashioned way for now, because I obviously don't have enough neuromods to make myself able to stop this from here. So we're gonna
honestly,
try and drop this
I was planning on asking you if you won't shut up. Please just go. Well, there you go.
Yep, an interesting point of fact is that power of the telepath there briefly nullifies your powers as well. Which of course you can notice in the bottom there.
That's
when we
the
got hit
reason
with
why
it,
you were able to get a null wave power out of that guy. If I was looking at it correctly.
Yep. So look at that. We've rescued everyone. They're all unconscious, but they're not dead. Oh, except Ronnie. Ronnie's alright.
Doctor, what happened? Where? Oh God, please tell me you killed that thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
came up
dead.
here to deploy the EATs, the Eradicator turrets.
These good
And it
eats.
was like all the color bled from the wound.
Good eats.
Everything had an
Good eats.
edge to it. I couldn't control myself. But the EATs are still in the small arms closet.
I just noticed
nearby.
those things
Could
wobble
still
on the
use
gun.
them. Here's the code. I'm going to make.
I am mystified by those.
We're supposed to fall back there. Sarah will have my ass if I don't.
So there we go. We saved a person, and she gave us a code to one of the many storage places they've got around here.
Hoosh.
That's nice.
Yeah, I had been planning on asking you, could you just hack the front door there to let the one guy get away?
I hope they shred those.
I don't I've never actually tried, but
It doesn't really matter simply because
I'm pretty
opening
sure
it
that's scripted. And it would also let the other guys get access to come out and fight you.
Right. There are already 2 other dudes who are mind controlled. So, oh god, he had an override that whole time. The dude deserved what he got.
Yeah, you could just hit a button. No, he was panicking. He was
Ugh.
panicking pretty hard. I'm just gonna steal all these because there's not very many opportunities where normally food's fills up way too much of your inventory, but there are not too many times where you can actually get the same product multiple times, so you can have a stack. So it's that's kind of nice.
Man, I want a pomegranate now. Shoot.
I'm still going. I'm taking all of the food. I can't remember if this
Honestly,
backfires on me
this
or not.
really did become Fallout 4 when I wasn't looking.
There we go. I've just locked the door again for them, and yeah, this is we're gonna mess with this because I think it has some emails attached to it, so we can take a squiz. There are a lot of nooks and crannies in the Arboretum.
I
Okay, so it's
approve
not,
of what
it's
you're
just-
doing there.
But I can turn the sprinklers on.
Yes!
Yay!
Totally activate the sprinklers.
Yay! Also, yeah, don't worry. That fandom you can hear walking around is in a spot where he's not. It's just one of those things where there's like on a different level you can still hear him. There's something else I wanted to show off as well. I sort of remembered. I saw it when I was doing a practice run. Just got to remember to go over and take a look in a moment.
What you got?
Yeah, we will go get that guy's body. I only miss one thing in this place, and it's actually kind of hilariously the airlock, which would come in handy later. But hey, look at that! There's a space shuttle out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that? Is that's just a shuttle, or is it a escape pod, or what?
We'll be dealing with the space shuttle next episode.
Oh boy, another spacewalk coming up.
Spacewalk time. Spacewalk time. So those turrets, thankfully, are all broken and busted. Otherwise, they would, kill us.
Oh yeah. You hit your
we have
did you?
crossed the line.
Womp,
We have still got one more hilarious line yet to cross. We have, so please look forward to that when we get there.
You literally become a shifting black mass.
That would be the best. Oh dear.
All of the humans just say fuck that and run the hell away from you.
That would be pretty hysterical, but sadly it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I kind of figured. There's a lot to be said with the reactivity of this game, but that's reactivity on some level I ain't even heard of.
So those turrets off in the distance there, they're still working, so we don't really want to go that way to mess with them. See?
Crater Mimic getting shit on!
Security reminder. Sticky notes, even well-hidden ones, are not a secure means of storing your workstation password.
Yeah.
Freaking 30 years later and we're still telling people this.
My response, I think, was very appropriate.
Yep.
So yeah, that's
agree.
the way in. That's the way in that very large Typhon was battering against. So now we actually have that open.
Go all the way
That's
around.
why it just didn't come in and eat our faces. Hey, bugger, let's put some food in
I was
there
gonna
as well.
say,
We got
are you going to feed it literally? This is
Yeah.
important to me.
Why would we eat fresh food when we have, like, noodles and biscuits? Seriously? Are you crazy? I'm gonna make some more
I've
neuromods.
never heard of such lunacy.
Just gonna keep on
Neuromod.
making neuromods. Just keep on mainlining this bullshit straight up my eyeballs. It's cool. Wait, where's the other one? There it is. It fell off somehow. Okay, I was like,
Ricochet
where'd it go?
all up in your face and just like, nah. The hell is that noise?
Oh, I think that's just the guts being the guts.
Oh, okay. I was
Don't worry,
distracted for a
when
moment,
things are
so-
bad, it has a very distinct noise.
I like looked away from the screen for a moment. I'm just like, yeah, this is a good snack I've got. And then I heard like the most ominous rumbling, and I nearly snorted my cocoa up my nose.
I only ever hear that ominous rumbling noise whenever I go near the guts in this level,
Seems
this
legit.
area. I don't know. Guess that's just the sort of place the guts is. This is I did a practice run of this area just so I could get a few nooks and crannies and stuff done. But it was kind of funny because a few things are way different. Like the trolley there for some reason was like blasted halfway across the room there. The turrets that were back guarding the lobby, the elevator, that leads back down to the lobby. They'd been destroyed, and there was a whole bunch of stuff running around. Not so much this time. We've got some corrupted
Interesting.
operators in there, but they can't get out. Ironically, corrupted operators no idea how to use doors.
I mean, that sort of sounds like basically a zombie virus thing. You don't expect a zombie to be able to use a door.
Eh.
And then of course you watch Return of the Living Dead, and damn, but do they understand how to use doors?
Doors are fun.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a great attack. You were literally just sliding down the frickin' banister like frickin' Chow Yun Fat.
I seriously, like, I don't know at what point I really just sort of stopped fearing the Typhon. Because when I first started this, I was like, I have to take all the Typhon very seriously. I have to plan my encounters, etc., etc. Now I'm like, hit it with divine powers, riddle him full of shotgun shells, fuck everyone. I think it's just because I'm like,
your shotgun has a bit more of an impact now. Like before, I mentioned this. It was like a pigeon taking a dump on its sleeve or something, right? Now you slide down and you hit that dude, and he's like, "Okay, I felt that. Hey, stop it!" And then now I'm dead.
I have a lot more options, having full access to all the powers. Let's get this out of the way, because this is good. This performs a very good function, and the function is killing these guys without ever actually having to deal with them.
Sneak attack for 150% damage. Oh,
there we go, that's one down. There we go. Problem solved.
I appreciate that problem solving.
Now for more problem
Yes.
solving. Okay, so this is where it can kind of get a bit wibbly wobbly and a bit tricky, because obviously you're like, oh man, I can't actually like really angle this properly, and so the solution is,
Of course it is. Make
Yeah,
yourself
it's
a booster seat out of glue.
it's so funny.
God,
I can
that is
just lean in and
adorable.
pop the door, or I would hope
Come
I
on.
can lean and pop the door. I don't
Yeah.
actually need to like stand on that anymore. There
Got
we go.
this. There
so
it
many,
is.
so many darts. Just
It doesn't matter. Like, you get it back.
Yeah, they're
That's the great
completely
thing about
recoverable.
Nerf. Flexi foam bolt.
yeah. That book was about like someone saying, imagine what would happen if America hadn't decided to stop interfering with other countries and things like that. If it had, it went pretty isolationist and non-interfering, and it's like, okay, so we are definitely in a different future. Like the Cold War didn't happen. Everyone was just like, hey, let's just get along. That's why Russia still has so many gulags with people with Texan accents in them.
Yeah, that still messes with me. Like that entire
With the
thing was worlds
Doberman.
colliding.
Trying to take our gerbs and put us in the gulag. I'm still curious as to what the voice acting directing decision was for that. Like, were they trying to not make us not take it seriously? Still not entirely sure.
For better or for worse, I'm like officially not taking a stand on this. But when most people hear a Southern accent, they deduct about 50 IQ points from the speaker. And save Ranny. Okay.
Yeah, that was she was the one who gave us the code to hear.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, all right, fine.
Yeah, I don't know why the quest is called Save Ranny when the person who gives who we get the quest to have to save. It may be that if we just ignored the greenhouse, later on we'd meet someone who actually would ask us to go do it.
Well, the thing that was more confusing to me was simply that it was called Save Ranny, and it got completed right there. It was like, but we already did that? ?
Yeah, well, that was just like often the quest is complete when you actually get the reward they told you about, just so you can know where it is.
Yep.
Whoops.
Okay.
Just like how I accidentally threw two grenades. I think I'm just a little bit too jumpy on my trigger finger, and so I just fired off a shot and let him know I was there. Or it could be just reading an input as double click. I don't know. Video games and the weirdos that play them.
All I'm saying is that if that had happened in Dishonored, everybody would be clowning on me for a whiff for pretty much forevermore. I am classier than that. That's my
Oh, don't
story.
worry.
And I'm
Remember, I
sticking
keep
to
telling you there's going to be a moment in the Dishonored 2 Let's Play that is going to make that look, and also like sending my ammo into the thing. It's going to make those look like absolute like acts of professionalism compared to the amateurish bullshit I managed to pull off.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've been doing all of my recording, and there's going to be plenty to clown on me for.
I don't remember.
Like,
I don't remember anything about what I've recorded now. It's
Oh,
been so long
good!
since I recorded it, but I do remember that. But yeah, there's the we've got two important elevators here. One goes down to the bridge, and I believe down there has the access to the
oh, Alex's office.
pardon me. Yeah, Alex. That's Alex's grav chute. You know, he's got a code to it, and you can brute force it if you want. But like I said, we're not going up there. We'll get close to being up there, but we won't quite go up there just yet.
You're being so coy about this. It makes me both intrigued and nervous.
Oh, don't worry. Like it's just a way to show how you get up there, and I just don't go all the way up.
Uh-huh.
Another example of do I want to get somewhere extra early? But yeah, the I'm gonna like God, that ragdoll.
That ragdoll is pretty amazing, dude.
It is
And-
just a bad
come on,
day
come
to be
on.
a phantom
Yes!
in a
Down you
Let's
go.
Play Prey because I have become something completely obnoxious and mean and cruel to them. So yeah, I was just gonna say down with the bridge chute. We'll be going there later, not next episode, but probably episode after. And it's trying to find the body. I'll find it.
Criminy. Now the only thing I can think of is
Needle in a haystack.
is that the phantoms are basically the orcs from Orcs Must Die. So you throw them around in these like insane ragdolls, and they're just like, every moment I live is agony.
More of the same starbender nonsense.
Yeah, I'll
But
be
yeah,
honest, I went looking for my
the
water.
airlock, the Arboretum airlock is likely down that chute because I think it's about the only place I don't go, and I'm regretting not hitting it because it would have made a few things a lot easier. But you know, for the next episode, whatever, I don't care.
Things are going to happen one way or another.
Mm-hmm. So
Typhon.
this is interesting. Catherine New. That's
Your
that's our
mother,
mom.
I thought? Okay.
Yeah. And William's our father.
Okay, great.
Apparently she donated a bench so that people could sit down and watch, I guess, television. Gee, I wonder what this is.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh yeah, right, I need one more
Who
scan
the
of this
hell
guy.
do you think you're fooling, man?
Yeah, so there we go. Regeneration 1 is just an ability where if you get hit, you take... Yeah, and there's another one.
Seriously.
Yeah. Regeneration 1 is just when you take a hit, you'll immediately start slowly restoring your health up to a certain amount. I think it's like 20 for the start, and then like gets a little bit further on. This is the how to get up to Alex's place when you don't have any sort of hacking.
Oh, I
And you
see.
don't have the code. This weird little looking glass tunnel. And of course, how to.
It's
I told you.
basically a
I did
garbage
warn.
chute.
I did warn in the last episode that my ability to climb, in this godforsaken hellhole, just very rapidly declines. There we go.
I really
And we need-
appreciate how you keep shaking your head as commentary in the game on what all you're doing and what exactly is going on.
Yeah, and this is why we had to come up here. Well, there's two reasons to come up here. The first one is Julian Howard. This is how we make our super tomatoes.
Material that should multiply the effectiveness of the phytohormones when applied to already mature plants. I expect reduced time to maturity, increased yield, and an above normal salutary effect. Hopefully, it doesn't taste like shit. I just need permission to run the plan through the fabricator.
So there is a fabricated plan that I'll print next episode. And there we go.
Wow.
Problem solved. Yeah, got
That thing
close.
very nearly took your dick off by electrocuting you.
And here's our other thing we've come up here for.
I thought your shift isn't for another 2 hours, but I need you to come in now. Is everything okay? No, it's not. Stop by my cabin first. Bring the gun from my safe. Transmitting the key code. Right away, Captain.
See, that's how you get up there. And now we have access to a quest that'll take place in the crew quarters, which is a place we'll be going to eventually, to acquire a golden gun.
Man, James Bond somewhere is just gets incredibly jealous, but doesn't know why.
Well, it is good enough for a reference, for a James Bond
Oh
reference.
hell
We are
yeah!
Moonraker.
No, that was Man with the Golden Gun was a great frickin' movie.
But I was just saying we're also in Moonraker.
Also true. I didn't put that together until you said that, but we totally are.
Yeah. So this I kind of didn't intend on stumbling upon this, or at least I wasn't trying to stumble upon it. It's like a side quest you can do, and it unlocks this. Essentially, there's going to be a romantic interlude. This dude had set up, and he was like telling his lady that he'd left the key to where they were going to have their romantic interlude in just at this place where they've got their initials carved in the tree or something. And so you don't get a marker for it. You just have to track it down.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's tragic, honestly.
Yeah. And so she's dead there. So her body basically marks it. So if you really want to track it, you can track it via tracking her. Although it gives you no indication that she would be like dead there.
Is that the dude?
That's the dude. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You deserve that one, man. And that dude was going above and beyond. He was trying to make this thing happen. You just had
oh
to
no,
come
I have too
along
much
with
dumb
your
shit.
Typhon-y nonsense.
Oh crap! I better eat all the food. On your own,
I would eat all the food. I'm hungry.
I'm never gonna say no to you.
Oh my
It's
god!
like I'm really just need to like start eating this food because it is now.
What point do the cards serve here? Also, geez, Louise, you weren't kidding. That's mainline.
I'm just gonna eat all of this food. I don't care. I have like a million med kits, and people have noted that in the thread. It's like, why is Rover have so many med kits? Because my thing we saw earlier. Because that thing.
Yeah, my basic reaction to that question was, why do you not? Like, it's frickin' health. That is a resource, man. It's not just something you spend when you make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done a very inefficient route of this place, but hey, whatever.
Whatever.
We're not gonna go there just yet because there is a back entrance.
Yeah, and this is honestly like the prettiest setting that we've had so far, right? So why exactly would I object to spending a couple extra minutes in like, okay, that one got me.
All the lily pads
that got
me.
Mimics.
But yeah,
wow.
hey, look, the water was looking glass. I love that.
I did not expect that to be looking glass. Okay, that was really well done. Holy crap. Just completely interrupt my train of thought, make me forget what I was saying, why don't you? Frickin' Typhons.
What they do, what I do.
I'm glad it's dead.
Yeah, I'm glad it's dead. How dare it be a lily pad? They're like the most adorable
how dare
things
you
for
be a
folks to
lily
sit
pad
on.
when I'm talking about how beautiful everything is?
Well, space stations, and it's a bit of a tradition in the Shock series, isn't it? I believe the first System Shock has a similar sort of thing.
It's been too long since I played System Shock 1 to remember.
And the premise of System Shock 2 is that entire section got ejected into space.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's where and got found again, and that's why everything is terrible.
Yep.
And Bioshock had one as well that featured fairly heavily, and also had some interesting discussions upon the idea of capitalism and public places. Like Andrew Ryan's like, I don't care if it's like a park; they're gonna pay to fucking use it because that's what we do here in my undersea retarded house.
He was also just like, I used to own a forest, but the government wanted to use it, so I burned it to the ground.
Now I'm gassing everybody.
It seems like a little bit of an overreaction. I mean, I'm just saying.
Ow. Box. Why?
Box. Though it's worth noting that box has now done more damage to you than most of the mimics we've seen in the last 4 or 5 episodes.
It's only done more than the regular Phantoms, that's for sure. Poor regular Phantoms. I almost feel bad for them
I
now.
don't.
All they want to do is just live their lives, and then this
No,
this
that's not
crazed
what-
food-eating, like mind-throwing berserker is just erupting from everywhere and just murdering the ever-loving hell out of them. I'm like, oh yeah, I could just open this door to go. Why? And the answer is somebody didn't want to get eaten. But it's like, that's not going to help you because this place has all of these.
Because I am bread, motherfucker.
There's no way you're actually going to avoid. Like, this is like one of the least safe places if you're trying to avoid a mimic coming in.
There's lots of well, it looks like they figured that out the hard way.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, Mr. Buckley, Mrs. Buckley. I don't know. I actually didn't pay very close attention to the form inside that genderless suit. Anyway, Buckley, you will not be missed.
Dear Diary. Today I was
now?
the Dear Diary.
Oh my god.
Or it's probably actually something else, but I just always think.
Honestly, it's
Also,
not
there
my
is something I'm going to
headcanon.
try and do. It's not a very good place to show it off, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Is when you're actually in a form, you can shoot yourself around with kinetic blasts. So there's an achievement for launching
owns.
yourself super far with it. That might be something I'll just do for the hell of it later, but we'll see.
I don't know. That owned pretty hard.
Okay. As you can see,
Alright.
we've got a looking glass set up over here, so we can sneak in behind these turrets. I do like a good bit of sneaking. There we go.
We'll
And we can
call it
hack them
that.
so that they will no longer try and murder the hell out of us for having Typhon in us.
Are they just friendly forever at that point?
Yeah, or
Okay.
until they get
Until they
inevitably
get-
destroyed by the Typhon,
Right.
which are far greater and more powerful than them.
Sure,
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I
that
don't
makes
know
sense.
if a hacked turret can be still used by a Technopath or not. I honestly do not know. But it
I'm
is
gonna
worth
guess
noting,
yes.
the ones that want to kill us have a red light over them, and the ones that don't are back on the green light.
Color coded for your convenience.
Yeah. And nice. And it's the same red and green as used in this hacking sequence. There's an internal consistency here.
Less than a second left. What is this? An episode of Star Trek?
The fish weren't
Alright.
real. This is terrible.
Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore.
And there, so
Criminy.
you're not killing me.
Just jump up and down in front of it because you're so happy to not have to worry about it.
Everything go well?
Eventually, had to wait a while. 2 assholes from the sales team chose that exact moment to stand under the alarm bell and smoke cigars.
So it's off Talos. My clients are eager.
Yeah, just made the last shipment. Should be Earthside by morning, Pacific time.
Good. I'll be leaving another package for you after tomorrow's shift.
Drop site?
The lobby. Assuming it works.
Of course it works. 3 taps of the wrench. That'll pop it open. All of them will work that way by tomorrow.
You're adorable when you get proud of your gadgets.
Don't patronize me, Lily.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Lily just Lily's voice direction must have just been, there is no such thing as too much smarm.
Yeah, Lily's selling corporate secrets to the rivals, and she's
That
roped in a
what's
bunch of
going on
guys.
there.
Yeah, and she's roped in a bunch of folks who really, we're basically just doing small time smuggling, and that's why he's doesn't like her very much. Of course, the problem has solved itself now.
Murdering everybody tends to solve a fair number
Yeah,
of problems. It
Everybody
creates a
involved
whole-
is dead. It's great.
It creates a new class of problems, but what are you doing?
I'm getting ready because we
Oh
are
my
going
God.
into the lobby, and as you can imagine, we want to take care of this lift. We have to take care of
Oh.
what's made it stop working, and it should come as no surprise that what it's made it stop working is a Technopath.
The phantom you unleashed in psychotronics. This one seems more powerful.
Yeah, saying it's got disruptive powers similar to our old buddy Mr. Voltaic Phantom. Because that,
Yikes.
yes. Whoops, pulled it out a little too soon.
Good one.
That's fine. The EMP stuns him for quite long enough.
The Technopath is just here thinking, this isn't fair. This isn't fair.
My entire existence is pain.
There's a corrupted operator behind it.
And that's how you really easily trivialize technopaths.
Well,
And also
they
these
were
guys.
they were damn scary the first time.
The lift is responding again.
Yeah.
That Typhon hijacked the hardware. Even
He
as
does
the
not want to be near me. Look, he's got little scalpels he was trying to stab me with. He's adorable.
on the fly. Fascinating and alarming. I
Yeah.
can match up the code. You should be fine. Take the lift if you need to.
Can understand why
between
why
the
January
lift
would be a
and
bit worried.
Psych 1. It has a stop in the lobby and down in life support.
Oh, so now we've
Just
got
maybe,
the lift
perhaps.
back.
So the problem with the lift was a Technopath the entire time.
Yeah, it decided the lift belonged to it and it wouldn't let us call it.
Okay. I mean, considering how we ran into the first one out in that minor sequence break we did, I'd say that seems perfectly legit.
Talos. Don't forget that TranStar safety standards call for a weekly inspection of your uniform. Report to the hardware labs for...
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Damn it. Hold on. I'm encrypting the rest of this.
So we get ourselves a nice little side quest. We have to go and, you know, unscrew this thing and find out what this message is because we're nosy like that. So ride the elevator.
Oh, that sounded beautiful.
Yep.
Man, this
It's
is like
real-time,
the
too.
Wonka Vader here. It keeps going, going faster and faster, and it's like we're not going nearly fast enough.
Well, but the danger must be growing because the weavers keep on weaving.
Criminy.
We really should be leaving if this station's to be believing.
You're gonna keep this up, aren't you?
Yes. I was just showing there. The elevators are kind of a weird special zone. You can't save within them. That's not to say they're safe.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so now we've got Backlash 2, which I don't even remember what it does, but I'm sure it's fine.
The
Backlash is the shield. Backlash is the shield. It's been pointed out.
Yeah.
The Weaver puts on the shield, and when you hit that, that's what can put the fear effect on you. And the Q-beam doesn't give a damn about shields because it's not dealing damage. But you can put that on yourself, and it can likewise cause enemies to take damage for trying to hurt you.
Disorient them too, or no?
I forget. I've
Okay.
never used it. I probably will never use it because I don't want to take damage.
Yeah, seriously, it kind of seems like there's a number of better things you could be using your Psy on, like murdering something.
I'm sure there's good combinations of stuff to use here and there and everywhere, but it's not really my playstyle, as anyone can probably tell. So hey, we're in the trauma center now. There's two things we need to do here, and one of them involves everything involving the Hendrik de Vries office, which we couldn't get into before, and the other involves a busted computer that we can now hack.
And then it also involves a briefcase. What's this?
So they're talking
Uh-huh.
about my psych evaluation,
Uh-huh.
Morgan's psych evaluation. And one of the files we got here is the decryption key so that we can find out what exactly that message was about.
Let's hear this. This should be juicy.
I have to go into our audio recordings
Data.
to listen to this again.
Morgan's Breakdown. That's quite a title.
Yeah, that's the one we want.
Alex! Damn it. Hold on. I'm encrypting the rest of this. Okay. Dr. Cole already wiped the recording of Morgan's breakdown off his computer. The last copy is hidden in his office. I'm not going back. You'll have to get it yourself. A-C-B-A-C. Good luck.
Now, we could go just hack our way into that safe, but I've come over here because our friend who was getting mind controlled had somehow been aware of what the code was and scrolled it on the wall. So,
Interesting. Probably
and he's
has
not
some-
there anymore either, so I don't know. I don't know what's happened to him. But shocking people is one way to incapacitate them and take them out of
Sure.
a telepath's control. So he should be fine. We'll probably never see him again. Anyway,
I think that probably what happened is he got mind controlled again by the next frickin' Typhon that came along. Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm just gonna play it again because I was like, oh, like that's right. The thing at the end he talks about the A C B A. Yeah. Well, it all ties to the Psych eval.
Right.
The rest of this. Okay.
That's clever. I wouldn't have seen that.
Recording of Morgan's breakdown off his computer. The last copy is hidden in his office. I'm not going.
And of course, like for some reason, it sort of freaks out a little when you try and use it the first time. It just jumps straight to that. So we're gonna have to go reset it before we can do it. Thankfully, it's just over. Like I'm just like, wait, can I just? It's doing it. It's doing it itself. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Everything on this station is like freaking insane.
Yeah,
so
let's start a new test.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe it's still a holdover from the one we did, but yeah.
I don't know. I have to send.
It was worth it. I love that.
CBAC.
Nothing.
Push the fat man.
Fat man. Do nothing. Okay. Done that, and it takes me a little bit to notice that the painting has moved up. I'm like, okay, what does that change again? I can't remember. Man, it's been so long since I last did this. I didn't do this in the practice run I did, and then I'm like, oh, it's right there. Let's poke inside and have a listen.
This is juicy. Creepy. The entire situation is unsettling.
I have months that are just gone. I've been listening to the logs, reading the research, playing catch-up.
Do you know how many times we've had this conversation? This is the 5th time.
Does it always go the same way?
Not always.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
I think it means you should be concerned as my counselor.
You left yourself a message. Would you like to listen to it?
No.
I think it would help.
I said no. That's not me.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just know.
You agreed to this. This was all your idea. Yours and Alex's.
I didn't agree to any of this. That Morgan is not me. I would never... Do you know what's going on in psychotronics? Do you?
If I did, I couldn't say. You know that.
What do you know about the Typhon?
We shouldn't talk about them. Not without your brother present.
Them. You do know, you snake. How can you sit there?
Morgan, take a deep breath. Here.
I don't want a pill. I want this station shut down. I want Earth...
Morgan.
I said no.
Okay. I'm going to call Alex.
Personality drift. So that's highly likely the reason why they stopped the whole thing where they actually told us what they were doing and just kept Groundhog Daying us. Is it suddenly starts to get very complicated when the test subject starts questioning doing the tests and wants everything exposed.
Well, not just that. You get into a real, what's the word I'm looking for, existentialism sort of thing, where the test subject itself, Morgan herself, is saying that isn't me because I don't have the same memories. I don't, and the same memories and everything don't and those memories don't give me the context that I used to have. Again, relating this back to other like awesome sci-fi books, the We Are Legion, We Are Bob series delves into a lot of this sort of theme, and it's done incredibly well. And it's done incredibly well here. I approve.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to note that last email they were talking about was the other thing I thought it was very important to show. That was Ilyushin, the lady that was in the power plant, the lady who was sort of asking, Morgan why she was sort of pretending like she didn't know her after they broke up. And it's very interesting to note that she's the one who has white noise. And She has no neuromods installed, and they've only just discovered this themselves. Suddenly, they've got someone who knows what's been going on and can't just have their mind wiped, and they're faced with a very horrible ethical dilemma.
Womp, 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 womp.
So, yes, far more important character than you might first seem to think, but, you know, all these dots are coming together. There's a lot of characters you notice that are coming up quite often and are appearing. We've actually gotten to hear from a few of them in those little flashback sequences, too, that we get, or they're not actually flashbacks, I should correct myself. Those weird sort of sequences whenever we've, like, injected the Typhon powers or flown to the coral, they're not actually flashbacks. It's weird stuff. I just couldn't think of a better word to call it. Anyway, that's it for now. Next time is a very, very long episode. Because we're a little bit further down, and there is one last branch off from the lobby we haven't really explored yet, and that's the shuttle bay. And the shuttle bay will change later in the game, so I thought it would be a good idea for us to go take a look at it now in its original form, and see what happened there when the Typhon broke out. It's pretty grim. And the theme for the next episode is going to be, that was a really terrible decision. So until then,
which means it's going to be a really great viewing.
I've been the Lost Robo Guy,
and I've been Cool Guy,
and we'll see you all next time.